Hey there, welcome to the video. When it comes to trying to be helpful on YouTube, especially to traders, to me, and again, feel free to disagree, but to me, you can do one of two things. You can either put out a bunch of just great ideas, not necessarily something you trade, but something that I find interesting, something that I think could work. Maybe it's not my cup of tea, maybe it is, but just throw a bunch of ideas, right? Everybody needs ideas, and it's fun to go and get a potential trading system and then maybe tweak it and use it in your own. The other thing is to take a system and not just continue to throw idea against the wall, but to take systems that you might believe in or sound super interesting and then just track them, right? It's one thing just to throw out system, and then you're on your own. And it's another thing to throw out a system and say, well, this is how it's done over a month, 6 months, a year. I like both of those. I've done both of those, but I'm kind of leaning these days toward taking a few systems and then tracking them over time. I like stuff that's going to last, and that's the point of this video. I'm wondering if this simple overnight Nasdaq system is built to last, okay? So here we go. Now, if you recall, it was a little over a month ago, I think, that I first talked about this particular system, and I did not make it up. It's from David Bean over at Capstone Trading Systems. I think he's an awesome resource. I'm not paid or anything affiliated in any way, but he's an honest guy who does honest work, and his stuff is very solid and very fundamentally sound. So he put out something a while ago, and I just took the code that he gave away to the public for free and tweaked it a little bit, and I'm talking about it. So go to his site, go to Capstone Trading Systems, right? But if you didn't see that video, it's a very simple system, right? It's based on the idea, and there's data behind it, that most of an index's gains come from quote unquote overnight trading, because overnight trading isn't really a thing anymore, right? As people start trading round the clock, what's overnight if it never leaves, right? There's no overnight trading in Forex, for example. But there still is. There's still generally a stock market system from 9:30 to 4, or a session from 9:30 to 4. So we'll call it overnight trading, right? And the idea of this particular system is after 4 p.m., overnight, before 9:30 a.m. Eastern the next day, that's where all the gains come. It does not come during the day. Day trading is hard, because it doesn't move up as much as it does when everyone's sleeping, okay? That's the idea. There's data behind it. So this system was based on that. Interesting, right? Now, as I mentioned, I'm wondering what stuff like this will or how it will perform when everything is 24 hours. Is there still going to be an overnight session? My feeling is that it still will, right? Just because you can trade 24 hours doesn't mean everyone's just going to continue with the 9:30 to 4. But we'll see, and it's definitely something to consider with the system, but let's move on anyway. Now, over a month ago when I made this system, that was the market was rising and everything was roses. A lot has happened since I made that video, which is why I'm talking to you about it again today. The market tanked hard. The Santa Claus rally was slapped in the face by the Grinch at the end of 2024. And 2025, have you been paying attention? Holy moly, 2025. Lots of interesting news results, not lots of interesting news period. And things have been swinging like crazy. NVIDIA's 17% drop on DeepSeek, for example. I mean, the market has been crazy, and stuff has been coming out all during the day, right? In the quote-unquote overnight session. So while I love simple systems, and this one, when I talked about it previously, had done well, there is such a thing as too simple. And I've seen that. You know, I've been doing automated systems since 2012, right? Thousands, literally, of hours studying systems. And I love simple, but sometimes there can be too simple. For example, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to buy at 11 a.m. Eastern every day. Oh, look, it works. For a while, but something that simple will get absolutely crushed in certain market conditions. It's just too simple. So it's that magic porridge is not too hot and porridge is not too cold. It's that simple, but not too simple. In the back of my mind, I'm just a little bit worried that this system I talked about is too simple. All right. Furthermore, as I said, It's been stressful, right? There has been all sorts of wild gyrations in the market. So I wanted to make a video to see if this system has gotten crushed. It's looked good in the past number of years. Has DeepSeek, the fall of tech, the tariff talk, has all of that crushed this poor little system? All right, here are the rules once again if you didn't see it. You buy to open on the 15-minute chart, the NQ futures contract, at the close of the 1600. Again, that's the day session, right? You sell to close, so you buy it then, and then you sell it at the close of the 930 bar. So right at the close of 930 bar is what? 945, right? So you're buying it before the market closes, before 1615, and you're selling it about before 945 the next day, all Eastern time. However, you don't just do that. That would be too simple. You only do this on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and there are reasons for that. We won't get into them now, right? It's just a little bit more solid those 3 days. And only do this if the close at 1600 is less than the close that yesterday at 1600. In other words, is it a pullback? Is it down? We're buying a dip, basically. We're not going to do it when the market's going crazy. We're only doing it early in the week. We're taking away the weekend possible gapping or whatever, and we're only doing it on a pullback. You don't really need a stop loss. I put 6,700 as an emergency stop. You could absolutely play around with that. I prefer it, but you can do whatever you want. And here are some examples, of trades. Whoa. Told you stuff has been happening in the market, but this system just simply bought. Obviously, it's lower than the day before. It bought at the end of the day. Lost some profit there, but by the open bar of the next day, winner. And again, fell, like lots of stuff happening, right? Look at these moves. Look at that over there. Anyway, lower than the day before, and it got out as a winner. So those are some recent trades as I make this video. And here is the system report from 2015 to 2025. That's 10 years of this stuff. $131,000 profit. Profit factor looks good. Trading costs are built in. I did put reasonable and realistic trading costs in it. Drawdown, not too bad for that much profit, right? Not too bad at all. Okay. Must be something to this. And has it crashed lately? Absolutely not. Look at this, right? You saw the examples of the winning trades. Now you've seen the report for the 10 years-ish, right? 2015, end of 2015 to now. Look at that. This thing just keeps going, right? And here are the annual returns. 2025, look at that already. It's going nutty. 2024, unbelievable year. Well, look at this, bear market year, 33,000, right? Now, it's not perfect. Small losing years, small winning years, but look at that result, right? This is something I want to track and keep talking about, right? Bottom line, new volatility, the fall of tech, and all the stuff that's happened lately has not changed this system at all yet. Now, could you trade this by itself? Like this is the only futures exposure you have? Sure. Honestly, I would say so. As long as you can handle a losing year, they're tiny, and you can do the testing and check it out for yourself. Could it be part of a bigger portfolio? I think so. I think that might even be a better way to do it. Put it together with the performance page portfolio or anything you want to trade. But it seems like that could really help. And could it be improved? Well, it seems like it, right? It seems like we could maybe take profit overnight or something. However, when you start thinking like that, maybe you'd ruin it. Maybe it's too much tinkering because honestly, it's doing well as it is, right, Keenan? So maybe you wouldn't need to do anything with the system. Well, I'm not going to do anything to it, and I'm going to continue to track it. All right, if you're an elite member, you can get the code for this for free. Performance page was up, or performance portfolio was up 100% last year. This year is actually last year. And of course, this has already started. It started in January. If you're interested in the DIP program, come see me via comment or email. That's the video for now. I'll be back soon with another. Bye for now.